Who's ready to talk about protein? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another video, and if you are brand new here, hi, my name's Courtney, and I love talking about using the curly girl method to improve your hair health. If you are just starting on this curly girl method exploration, learning about using this curly girl method to improve your hair health, I've got a lot of info here on this channel, so you might want to go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell because I have a lot of info on this channel all about using the curly girl method, especially on fine wavy hair. And for those of you who are here because y'all watched my part 1 of my protein moisture balance series and you have been desperately awaiting part 2, here we are, yay, part 2. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up because I'm finally doing part 2 of this series. So if you did miss the first video, go ahead and check out this little video in the eye over here, talking all about the moisture side of this protein moisture balance equation. I will go ahead and give a brief summary about what I'm talking about, and then we will talk all about protein. So if you've been doing a little bit of research into the curly girl method, you will have most likely heard of this protein moisture balance thing. And what is that? It is essentially the balance of the amount of protein and moisture in your hair. I talked about this in my moisture video, and I will go ahead and talk about it here because it's helpful. This analogy really helped me out. First, keep in mind that hair is made up of about 90% protein, and there's fine hair and there is coarse hair. Which hair type do you think is going to require more moisture and more protein? Well, if hair is 90% protein, inherently the coarser hair texture is going to have more protein to begin with, whereas the finer hair texture is going to have less protein. Theoretically, because fine hair is so thin, it will require more protein to help bulk it up and help it be balanced out. Whereas coarse hair already has a lot of protein in it, it will probably require more moisture to help balance it out because it's got protein in it already. All right, we all on the same page? Great. Now, proteins are kind of controversial. There was a time when I started researching into proteins and I got scared. A lot of stuff that I was reading was saying that you could easily overdo the protein, and that if you overdid the protein, your hair would snap and break and be brittle, and you'd ruin your hair by doing too much protein. So I therefore avoided protein, thinking that protein would damage my hair. Not so, my friends, not so. Certain proteins actually have the ability to penetrate underneath into the hair shaft, underneath the cuticle, and reconstruct the hair from the inside out, lending structure, strength, and health to your hair. So I actually pushed my hair into moisture overload very quickly when I started out doing the curly girl method. Here's a couple of pictures of the issue. And the reason for that is that I was deep conditioning weekly. I wasn't using any protein in my hair care products, in my stylers, nothing. And because my hair is fine and higher porosity, my hair became very hydrated very quickly. Too much moisture can actually be a bad thing, causing the hair to swell and crack eventually and become dry and damaged. Ironic that too much moisture can damage your hair. I like to think of it as raisin fingers, pruny fingers, you know, like when you've been in the bathtub too long. How do you know which ingredients in your hair care products are actually a protein? Because let's be honest, reading an ingredients label is like learning to read a new language. I found it really hard to read ingredients labels when I was first started doing the curly girl method. Like, my brain just hurt. Well, let me give you a quick little cheat sheet. I like to use the website isitcg.com. This website is great because it will tell you when a product is Curly Girl approved and when it's not. And it will also tell you what each ingredient is. It will say if it's a humectant, if it's a moisturizing alcohol, if it's a protein. This helped teach me over time what certain ingredients were. Now, this isn't a perfect website. It is basically just a word database type of website, and it doesn't have every single ingredient in hair care programmed into it. It has been known to miss ingredients in the past, so it's not perfect, but it was helpful in teaching me what certain ingredients were. Another thing that was helpful to me were the plethora of lists of what certain ingredients were on naturallycurly.com. That website was so helpful to me. But if you are rushing to your bathroom right now and grabbing your products and you are reading through the ingredients label as you're watching this video, look for the word hydrolyzed. Hydrolyzed basically just means chopped up, and it is referring to the fact that a big bulky protein has been chopped into smaller pieces. When a protein is chopped into smaller pieces, it is theoretically made small enough so that it can penetrate into the hair shaft and help reconstruct the hair from the inside out. Another big indicator that it's a protein is that it will say protein. For example, you have hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed rice protein, hydrolyzed soy protein, hydrolyzed silk protein. All of those are different proteins that are similar in the fact that they will help lend structure to your hair and help reconstruct your hair. Another couple of proteins that aren't necessarily like flashing red lights, hydrolyzed proteins are biotin and keratin. Both of those also are small enough to penetrate into the hair shaft and help reconstruct it. How many times am I going to say that phrase in this video? Also, there has been some misconceptions around protein that it's real easy to think that certain ingredients that mimic proteins are actually in fact proteins, where in fact they are not proteins. Or if an ingredient contains protein, that it is a protein. For example, there have been egg hair masks, that DIY hair masks that people make, and they feel some really good benefit to the hair when they use egg masks on their hair. And they liken it to a protein treatment. Well, they will have some temporary benefits from the protein in the egg on their hair. However, those proteins have not been hydrolyzed. They are not chopped up. So they are just going to sit on top of the hair shaft, lending some temporary benefits to the hair. But they're also not adhering to the hair either. They're just sitting on top. So next time you wash your hair, all the egg benefits, all the eggy, proteiny benefits are just going to rinse right down the drain. Also, some things that kind of behave like proteins but aren't actually proteins are aloe vera and flaxseed and sometimes coconut. People liken those things to protein products, and they think that they are having protein heavy products because their product contains a bunch of aloe or a bunch of flaxseed. And the fact of the matter is that those things, while they may mimic protein in the fact that they kind of lend some structure to the hair, most of those benefits are temporary because, again, not hydrolyzed, not chopped down small enough to penetrate into the hair shaft and help reconstruct it from the inside out. I personally find that my hair loves aloe and loves flaxseed. Now, I think that's because my hair tends to really love protein. I think if your hair hates protein with a burning passion, you may not be able to use pure aloe vera gel as your single styler. I have done that before and it has worked out well for me. But anyway, it's all about figuring out what works for your hair. What works for my hair may not work for your hair. So be intuitive, listen to your hair, feel it, touch it, check in on it. If you're trying something and it's just not working, stop. Read your ingredients labels, reevaluate and assess your hair's needs. Now I want to talk about really quickly what my hair looks and feels like when it is over moisturized. When there is too much moisture in my hair, I must add more protein to my hair to help balance it out. And I personally find that it is much harder to pull my hair out of moisture overload and get it balanced with protein than it is to correct protein overload. And I believe that is due to the fine nature of my hair. All right, so here's a picture of my hair when it was its worst, when it was at its most over moisturized ever. You can actually over moisturize your hair to the point that you push it into something called hygral fatigue. I don't think my hair has ever been in full-blown hygral fatigue. It just gets over moisturized like this. In this picture, I don't think it's picking up, but I have what I call antenna frizz. All the little pieces of hair on top of my head are sticking straight up, and they kind of wave in the breeze, but it's a very strange sort of frizz. When I have too much protein in my hair, the frizz kind of like is there, but it's like snarled over and feels coiled up and like snarly, whereas this is like my hair is just standing on end, waving in the breeze. It's very strange. Also, my hair is much straighter than normal with a slight bend at the end. There is no curl. It is much less wavy curly than it normally is. And here's the biggest indicator for me that my hair is over moisturized. I will divide my hair into 2 sections and grab the 2 pigtails and squeeze it as hard as I can. If my hair feels like damp, clammy Play-Doh, and I washed my hair the day before and it really should be dry by now, that is a really good indicator that my hair has too much moisture in it and I am needing to grab some protein. It is really a feel thing for me. It is not doing the stretch test. Some people are able to do something called the stretch test and it is very effective for them. That has never worked for me because my hair doesn't read an accurate result. I also want to talk just a little bit more about hygral fatigue. Hygral fatigue is so tricky because your hair, when it is in full-blown hygral fatigue, will lose its curl pattern really, really quickly, but it will feel really, really dry and it will be incredibly frizzy. And because your hair feels frizzy and dry, your knee-jerk reaction is going to be, I need more moisture because my hair is dry. And when you get in the shower and you start applying your deep conditioner or your conditioning moisturizing products to your hair will almost feel gummy. When you're in hygral fatigue, your hair will stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and then break. It's kind of a scary thing because your hair is incredibly fragile when it's in hygral fatigue. This is DEFCON 20. You've got to do a protein treatment right now. I actually have a friend on the Curly Girl Instagram. You should totally check out my Instagram. I share some exclusive tips and tricks over there if you're interested. But go ahead and check out the description down below. I will have a link to my friend who really struggled with hygral fatigue, and you can read more about her story on there because that is not something I have experienced, but it's something that she has and she was able to correct the issue. Okay, back to how I correct over moisturized hair for me. I've just grabbed my hair, it feels gummy, I'm having the wavy antenna frizz, and my curls are really straight with a slight bend at the end. What do I do? What products do I reach for? Let me set them up for you really quick. All right, I know this is a lot of products here. Caveat, do not use an entire protein-heavy wash day lineup the first time you're introducing protein into your hair. That's a recipe for disaster. Go slow, slowly add more and more protein to your hair to slowly balance it out. So all of these products I'm about to mention is an entire wash day lineup in which each product contains protein. I don't recommend doing an entire wash day using all of these products because that would be too much. But if you want protein in your shampoo and your conditioner or your leave-in or your mousse or your gel, that's what we're going for here. Anyway, all right, starting off, the Bounce Curl Clarifying Shampoo. I really love this shampoo. It is very, very concentrated. I don't find it to be super stripping and clarifying. In fact, the founder of Bounce Curl actually uses this every single day. She washes her hair, and I find too that I can use this multiple days in a row and it will not dry out my hair. You're not leaving it on your hair for very long, but there's protein in here and it helps. Also, this product contains some extracts, and that is something I forgot to talk about earlier. Again, with protein mimickers, extracts are not proteins in and of themselves, but they do mimic protein. And if your hair is incredibly protein sensitive, keep an eye out for extracts. Even if there's not something that says hydrolyzed in your product, if it's full of extracts, those have been known to act like proteins. Really, really nice product. Next up, I'm going to talk about two different conditioners. First off, my Giovanni Smooth as Silk conditioner. Y'all can see how much I love this. I totally need to do an empties video, except I accidentally keep throwing away my empty bottles and not saving them. But this contains hydrolyzed silk protein. It is not way up there on the ingredients list. The higher up something is on the ingredients list, the more concentrated it is in the product. So it does contain hydrolyzed soy protein. It's not incredibly reconstructive or proteiny for my hair. This is more of a balancing type of product. This is a pretty balanced product for me, meaning that it contains a good amount of moisturizing ingredients as well as that protein in it. So it won't allow my hair to become completely over moisturized. It just helps keep my hair balanced. I also really enjoy this as a co-wash. It is awesome. I don't co-wash very often, but when I do, this is a product that I really enjoy reaching for. Another conditioner that has some protein that I just really love. This conditioner has the most slip of any conditioner in my cabinet of shame that has all my hair care products. The protein that is in this conditioner is hydrolyzed oats. This also contains other moisturizing ingredients, so I find that this conditioner keeps my hair balanced versus being super heavy protein treatment. It just keeps me from being over moisturized. This is another really good product. Moving on to leave-in. I really love the Curls Blueberry Bliss leave-in. This product, BTW, I believe is a fantastic starter product if you are wanting to begin to introduce protein into your wash day routine. It does contain hydrolyzed quinoa and some silk amino acids. Pause. I forgot to mention amino acids earlier. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Now, if you see some amino acids in your products, then ding, 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 that's a protein. However, amino acids are so small that they don't have the power to reconstruct the hair. They do, however, have the ability to kind of minimize some damage. They basically just attach to the outside of the tear in your hair and keep it from spreading, but they don't reconstruct very well. I find that products that contain amino acids make my hair feel so silky, and that's because it's helping repair micro tears or tiny little places that are damaged in my hair, but it won't reconstruct and lend structure. People who are incredibly protein sensitive have been able to use products that contain amino acids without their hair reacting. So there you go. Hydrolyzed quinoa and some amino acids, but those are further down on the ingredients list, and the first half of the ingredients list is mostly hydrating products. So this is a great protein starter product. Moving on to gel. The Bounce Curl Light Cream Gel is very proteiny. This is something that I reach for when my hair is really over moisturized. This will help balance me out very quickly. It's got hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed oat protein. That's another thing I forgot to mention. I find products that contain multiple types of protein to have stronger protein benefits than products that just contain one type of protein. So this product containing two different types of hydrolyzed protein, it's really reconstructive. It's going to help my hair when it's over moisturized. I do have to be careful with this product because it has caused flash drying in my hair. I will be doing a video on that soon, but when I apply this to my hair, if I grab too much, as soon as I squeeze it into my hair, I will feel buckets of water just pouring out of my hair and all my curl clumps shatter and break up. It's crazy. I have heard some people say that they think that the combination of glycerin and lots of protein is what caused that. But anyway, when I use the correct amount of this very concentrated product, my hair really, really does enjoy it. I do find that it doesn't have all the hold for me. I need typically to pair this with a stronger hold product, but when my hair is needing protein, especially a protein that is left on my hair, because in my mind, if it's left on my hair, it's going to have more benefit to my hair versus products that I rinse out completely. If my hair is needing protein, I will use this. But if I need some more hold, a really strong hold product is the BioSilk Rock Hard Jelly. Let me blind you with the bottle. There are two formulas of this gel. One contains a drying alcohol, so be a conscious consumer and look at the back of your bottle when you pick it up in the grocery store and make sure that it does not contain drying alcohol as like the first, second, third ingredient. I picked up the formulation that has water, PVP, acrylates, methacrylates, and then hydrolyzed silk. My hair really likes the hydrolyzed silk. BioSilk tends to use hydrolyzed silk in a lot of their products. And yeah, this product is amazing in the fact that it has tons and tons of hold. It is a little bit tricky to work with. It's a little thick. You really do have to warm it up in your hands for a good amount of time and apply it on soaking wet hair. This is not a product that you would necessarily apply to damp hair because water is this product's friend. Another product that contains protein that is near and dear to my heart is the InnerSense I Create Lift Foam. If I'm wanting some protein in my foam, this is the foam I reach for. I really do enjoy this product. It contains hydrolyzed rice protein. It gives my hair a little bit of grit, which I actually really like because my hair is very fine and a little bit of grit can be a good thing. Now, here comes a very important tidbit. If your hair is really, really wildly over moisturized, you're in high growth fatigue, you need a protein treatment. All of these things that I am talking about do contain protein, but they are not clinically certified to save your hair from being over moisturized. When it's a protein treatment, it contains a big, bulky, strong protein in the first 5 of the ingredients on the ingredients label. This right here is a protein treatment. It is the Curl Junkie Repair Me Reconstructive Hair Treatment. It contains water, cetyl alcohol, heteramonium methyl sulfate, and hydrolyzed keratin, sunflower seed oil, panthenol, keratin amino acids, hydrolyzed yeast. It's got 3 different types of protein in here, and the first one is definitely in the first 5 ingredients in the ingredients list, making it a protein treatment. This is reconstructive. This is something that I have leaned on so heavily to help my hair when it's over moisturized, to pull it back from the brink of despair and rebalance it out. However, really strong protein treatments have been known to dry out the hair and cause that breakage that people talked about that scared me off of using protein when I first started out. This protein treatment does not completely dry out my hair and make it unmanageable. I find that I am still able to finger detangle when I use this protein treatment. I don't find the desperate need to follow this up with a deep conditioning treatment. This is a deep conditioner and a protein treatment all in one for me. Also, this product is not dirt cheap. It's a little spendy, but I have had it for over a year, and I have only gotten down to there. I'm almost out. I need more. I will be repurchasing very soon. I have shared this with friends and family, and yeah, it lasts a long time. It is worth the investment. it works really, really well. The last product I'm going to talk about is Neutral Protein Filler. This is a really cool product. It is mostly used by hairdressers for color insurance. It's used after highlighting the hair to help reconstruct the hair after it's highlighted, but it contains water, then hydrolyzed keratin, hydrolyzed wheat protein, keratin amino acids, like boom. In the top 5 ingredients, there are 3 proteins. So this is strong. I use anywhere from 5 to 10 drops on my hair. I like to mix it in with a leave-in and use that on my hair. This product is tricky. People have used too much of this product in the past and definitely put too much protein on their hair. This is something I save for times when my hair is wildly over moisturized. This is not something I can use daily safely, but it's another option for inserting a lot of protein into your hair care. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!